Welcome to my Wednesday ramblings when I look at the scriptures for our readings for this coming Sunday. This weekend I'm not following the message format. My previous message, Food for the Journey, finished last weekend, and this weekend is Social Justice Sunday, so I thought rather than branching out onto a new journey, I would simply stay with the themes of social justice and work from there as we walk towards understanding something more of the call this year from the Australian bishops to heed the cry of the earth, the cry of the poor. Fits very beautifully into Pope Francis's program for Laudate Si, a 7-year program which has been instituted in order to provide a foundation for the Laudate Si goals. And so with many other people around the world, we've started on that journey to work towards a better understanding of how to care for our earth, at the same time to care for the poor who are part of our communities. The readings this weekend remind us that we are in the first reading from Deuteronomy not to take anything away from the law, not to add anything to it. But as we stop and think about that, we know that for the Jewish people they ended up with 613 commands, and in the Code of Canon Law we have well over 1700 canons. So along the way we want this kind of clarity that says we've got to say more, we've got to try to cut out things. And yet when we listen to the second reading from the letter of James, James is really telling us that we've got to hear the Lord and to hear him with our hearts, so that what we really need to do is to become attuned to his call, attuned to what God is asking of us, rather than trying to work it out in a human framework. So as we prepare for Social Justice Sunday, the cry of the earth, the cry of the poor, I'd like to hope that we might begin this journey towards a much more sustainable use of the land in which we live, that we might be able just possibly to listen to some of the wisdom of our First Nation people, our Indigenous people, the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders who are in our communities, who have such an affinity to the land and who know how to live with the land rather than take from it. So today I'd like to pray that we will be able to hear the cry of the earth, hear the cry of the poor, and make a difference for our future. God bless you. See you next time when you join me for my Wednesday rambling.